Have you ever wondered about the deep-rooted psychological processes that are mirrored in myths and symbols? Today, we will delve into the intriguing world of mythology and its reflection of human consciousness. We begin with the concept that all mythological expression is a naive demonstration of the psychological process occurring within the human psyche. Humanity, in its infinite adaptability, has the capacity to mold and transmit myth as something entirely different. It is known that ritual always precedes the creation of myth. Action comes before knowledge, and the unconscious act before the conscious content. This leads us to the central theme of our discussion. Consciousness equals redemption. This is the mantra inscribed over all human efforts to liberate oneself from the primal embrace of the Ouroboros, the ancient symbol of a serpent eating its own tail, representing the cyclical nature of things, eternal return, and other things perceived as cycles that begin anew as soon as they end. The moment the ego places itself at the center, the original state collapses. As mundane as the logical identification of self, the I, may seem to us, it is one of the fundamental understandings of consciousness in reality. The act of the ego being placed, and the personality identifying with the ego, creates the possibility for a self-directed consciousness. In this context, we revisit the earlier quote, "In the beginning, the world was a single soul, Atman, in the form of a man. He looked around and saw nothing but himself." This state of existence in the Ouroboros signifies a mystical cooperation, meaning the ego has yet to develop, to claim the world for itself and itself for the world. Instead, the individual was all things at once. Living in the Ouroboros meant being deeply connected with the subconscious and nature. Man was trapped in this circle, flowing from the subconscious to the world and back in a rhythm of rise and fall, unaware of its progression. The splitting of the ego, the separation of the world parents, and the abandonment of the primal dragon liberated man as a son and exposed him to the light, where he was born as a personality with a stable ego. In man's original world picture, the unity of the world was without flaw. The Ouroboros was life in everything. Everything had meaning or could become meaningful. In such a world, mana-filled individual lives appear here and there through their ability to amaze and make an impression. The world begins with the light that dictates the separation between heaven and earth as the basic symbol for all other opposites. Before this, absolute darkness ruled, as stated in the Maori creation story. With the rising of the sun or the creation of the firmament that separates the upper from the lower, as stated in ancient Egypt, the beginning of humanity and the universe appears in all its content. To summarize, mythology, in its essence, is a reflection of the human psyche and its processes. The journey from the Ouroboros state to the birth of a stable ego signifies the evolution of human consciousness. This journey is marked by the transformation from a unified existence to a world of opposites, symbolized by the separation of heaven and earth. The exploration of these concepts provides us with a profound understanding of human consciousness and its evolution.